Let's bring in our guest this Saturday at UFC 316. He'll be looking to take back the Bantamweight title from Rob Valashvili. I believe he has a slight reach advantage and an unprecedented hair advantage. One of my favorite octagonians, Sean Sugar O'Malley. What's happening, Sean?
Not a whole lot. I do indeed have the hair advantage, but I would say that reach advantage is a little bit more than a slight reach advantage. He's about 5'4".
Right. Well, I didn't want it getting out there. I wanted, I want to let him think he's got a chance this time. But listen, Sean, we actually met at the Tom Brady roast after party. I don't know if you remember this. I approached you because I felt you were mad dogging me. So I was like, yo, what's up? No, I told you, I came up to you and I said I was a big fan. And I offered you $20, which was a percentage of the loot that I had won betting you to beat Peter Yan. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Yep. You gave it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't let me give it back to you either.
No, I didn't let you
gave it to me, and yeah.
No, you did the right thing. You took it. You earned it. Yeah, yeah. Am I the only fan who's ever tried to give you money as a thank you?
When I streamed on Twitch, when I was gaming a lot, there was times where people would come in and donate, say, hey, I won $1,200 on you. Here's a couple bucks. So, but in person, you were the first in-person one to, share your winnings with me. So thank you for that.
Okay, no problem. I hope I could do it again. Now, so about this roast, though, would you like to get roasted yourself? Actually, you took a couple of strays, right? If I remember correctly, during the whole telecast. Would you be into this for like a full-fledged roast?
Oh God, that would be interesting. I mean, if the money was right, I would say let's do it. But that would be a tough one. I mean, it's all fun and games, right? So yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Which fighter do you think would be best for a roast, and which would not have a sense of humor at all? Putting up with comedians, would end up in a rear naked chokehold? Do you think
a boogered up Conor McGregor would be a hell of a guy to get up on there, roast him a bit, let him have a couple bathroom breaks, and see where it goes.
Okay. All right. Good. Listen, who gave you the nickname Sugar? Now, I know they're going for the alliteration with Sean, but there have been other Sugars, right? Sugar Ray, the boxer. There's a pop artist, Sugar Ray, Sugar Shane Mosley. Who gave you this nickname?
Yeah. So one of my first coaches ever back in Helena, Montana, you got to be on the team for 6 months. You get to earn your nickname. And he gave me the nickname Sugar. And I asked him why. And he said, because you're so sweet to watch. Like, all right, fair enough. So Sugar Sean it was, and it's stuck ever since.
Okay. I feel you deserve your own, and I know we're going for the sh sound. Maybe the showstopper, Sean O'Malley, Shredder, Shaq Fu, maybe. I don't know.
Shaq Fu, not a bad one. Yeah, I mean, Sugar kind of it worked out. I think Sugar Rashad gave me his blessing for it. So I think as long as you can't be a Sugar, just suck though. You gotta be good.
That's for sure. That's for damn sure. All right, listen, don't take this the wrong way, but you're very unassuming in public. Yeah, if people didn't know you, they might think they could take advantage of you. What's the best story you have about a civilian not taking you seriously?
I mean, I haven't really had any. Oh, actually, I got one for you. This was when I think I was just turning. I think I was still an amateur. I had moved down to Arizona from Montana. I was 19 years old, 20 years old, right about to turn pro. But had a lot of amateur fights, 14 fights or something. And me and Tim, my coach, we had a shitty apartment. And we'd go to training, come home, and we had this neighbor. His name was Tony. Very cool dude. He's probably in his 40s, shredded, just jacked little dude, 5'5", just short but jacked. And he kind of mean mugged you. We got to know him, talked to him. He's like, "Oh, you guys fight? Like, you can make money fighting?" We're like, yeah. He's like, "I could do that." And Tim worked at the UFC gym at the time, so we had access to a ring. He had a key, and he wanted Tim like, "Hey, if you want to fight, you can. Like, see how good you are, whatever." He's like, "I'm down." He thought he was gonna whoop my ass. Very unassuming. I was 19, 20 years old. I was even less big than I am now. Not huge by any means now, but even then I was a lot smaller. And I made sure to take care of his head. Didn't want to hurt him too bad, but I kicked him right in the liver. He shit himself, shit through his pants, shit dropped onto the ring floor. He was stepping in it. And it was that was the one that was probably most memorable.
I can only imagine what a great superpower this is to have over people. Like that you could just crush in an instant. I always thought that about Manny Pacquiao. Like he looks like he's like a busboy at any like a Mexican restaurant. And then I know he's not Mexican, so I don't want to get letters. But yeah, good for you, man. Good. I'm so glad you're able to do this. I saw on your Twitter feed you like to gamble on sports, which is really, really great news. It's probably why you felt good about taking my $20. Yeah. You know how it works. You're betting these NBA playoffs. The finals started last night. How did you do betting the NBA?
Honestly, I wish I could pull it up on that phone, but I'm using it right now because I've been on a nice little streak. I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been doing a pretty decent job. Been times where I've hit, not such a great 10 losing streak, but right now I'm probably, 4 for 7 in the last 7. I'm doing pretty good. And, yeah, I'm doing decent this year so far.
What's your favorite bet on? Favorite sport?
Football's up there because I enjoy watching the games more. Basketball, I don't even really watch. Like I'll throw them on a little bit if I got a couple bucks on the line. But football, I'll actually tune into. So I'd say football. That's
good. That's the right answer. You gave it the right answer. You gave it some thought and you came up with the right answer. Can you wager on UFC? What's Dana's policy with that?
That's a big no-no. No gambling no betting on the fights in the UFC. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to in other organizations like PFL or Bellator. But I don't even necessarily don't do that either. Even if you're allowed to, it's still like a gray area to where I'm just like, even the reason being is, if you have inside information. But for, I don't know. I know maybe like actually 2% of the guys in the UFC that I train, like, I don't know a lot of the guys, and I don't really even keep up with fights that much. But yeah, we're not allowed to do it in the UFC for sure. I'm not even sure about like Bellator, the other promotions. I don't know about that, but I don't mess around there.
Okay, I just saw this. Israel Adesanya went to visit you at your farm in Arizona. I'm very jealous of this. You had chickens, you have turtles, you have trampolines. What's his? Are you going to have people visit you? Is it an open invitation to any fighter that you like?
Yeah, I mean, Izzy was just in town. He was doing some, business stuff. He said he was going to be in town. I said, pop by, come hang out, train. So yeah, that was cool. I enjoy showing, kind of like the way I live and my lifestyle, and it's a lot different than you would probably assume. Super chill, peaceful. Got 7 acres, got huge trees in Arizona. It just doesn't seem like when you're on my property, it does not feel like you're in Arizona.
Yeah, he's cool as hell.
Okay. Hello. How long is the neck?
He loves little neck scratches.
Oh, I see. He can't turn around and like nip. Doesn't bite.
He bit that one guy's finger off. No, I'm just kidding.
I can never mind.
So it's a very cool little spot I got out here, and really enjoy it. And I enjoy showing people how I live.
All right, let's talk about this fight, UFC 316 tomorrow night. I rewatched the first fight yesterday. I feel like if you had another 45 seconds, the fight was yours. The body shots were starting to take their toll. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, unfortunately, I only had a couple minutes left after I hurt him with that body shot, and that's just how fighting plays out sometimes. It takes one shot to change a fight. My shot just happened to land in the last few minutes. Ideally, we're gonna go out there and land that shot early and get him out of there. So, yeah, it was a lot closer fight I think than people thought after rewatching it. Yeah, it was a good one.
Now, earlier this week, Merab says in the rematch he wants to strike more. Do you believe him? Do you just dismiss that as, these guys are all liars? Can you even believe MMA fighters when they come out with their game plan? Or, I mean, he had success wrestling you, so it wouldn't make sense even to talk about striking more.
I mean, he literally said the exact same thing the first fight. You can go back, find interviews with him saying, I'm going to box with him. It's like, I don't know if he just runs out of things to say. His brain only can do so much, and I'm going to box with him. He just comes out sometimes, maybe. So I don't think, we're not taking that too serious. We're expecting him to come out there and throw some hands a little bit to get into some shots and play his game.
Have you made adjustments? I mean, it sounds stupid asking if you've made adjustments in training, but would it be on the mat? Would that be the adjustments you made more, or to strike first, or a combination of both?
Just grapple, wrestle, be ready. Like I just wasn't able to do that last fight camp. I had a torn labrum. I had surgery scheduled for after the fight. Got that fixed, had a great fight camp, was able to do what I need to do to beat a guy like Merab. You gotta be healthy. You gotta have a good camp to beat someone like Merab, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, and I know you're super focused leading up to this fight. Was it harder to quit social media or marijuana?
Neither. Both. Boom. Cold turkey. Peace. Feel great. Feel better than ever. Mentally, peacefully, physically, emotionally. I just feel better than I've ever felt in my life.
I love it. All right. So who better to ask than you? How should people bet on this win, this Sugar Sean O'Malley win? By decision or KO? Give me a prediction if you can.
Yeah, that's the question. I think obviously going to be an underdog here, which is great. I think I very well could put his lights out. I very well could beat him in a 5-round war. So I think to be safe, you just take the money line or whatever. You just take Sugar. Winner, by winner one way or the other. I think that was nice. It's hard to predict the finish, especially over a guy like Merab. But I would not be surprised if we fast forward, 1 a.m., June 8th, I'm getting my hand raised. The fight's on June 7th, but I'll fight at 12:30, gets over at 1 a.m., June 8th. You gotta manifest it. You gotta manifest it. So I gotta tell myself June 8th, I'm getting my hand raised. All
right, Sean, before you go, we have one more question for you. We call this Cousins Conundrum.
Cousins Conundrum.
Okay, here's the conundrum.
Okay.
You are guaranteed to never lose another fight in your professional career again. But in return, you have to get a full-on back tattoo of Conor McGregor.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna risk the, fighting wouldn't be fun if it's guaranteed to win. I guess maybe it'd be different. Life would be a lot different. Preparing for fights would be a lot different if you knew you were going to go out there and win. So I enjoy the process of the unknown and all of that. And you can't get a giant Conor McGregor tattoo on your back. You just can't do that.
Yeah, that process wouldn't be too thrilling, I imagine. The Conor McGregor tattoo. All right, good. Listen, you answered everything correctly. Good job by you. Thanks so much for coming on. Good luck tomorrow at UFC 316. Hopefully I'll be giving you another $20 next time I see you.
I sure hope so. Gas is expensive.
It sure is. All right. We'll be right back with the D3 when